I think that was mostly in sync. Anyways, welcome back to Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. Moving on with the story. This is a post-recording session because a certain someone who will remain nameless completely fucked up the audio due to their OBS settings.
And this is why we're not doing your super long videos first ever again, mister. Because it's
what?
like, if it had been one of my videos, I'd been like, fuck it. And it probably would have been shorter, too.
Hey, audio is like one of the most important things in a YouTube video.
Hey! Is this...
It's Prison Island. So it has sunk into the Bionis head.
Oh, Dun-Dun. Ricky feel funny feeling from above. Ricky instinct say Dixon is there.
Yes, I agree.
Start praying to Zanza, Dixon. We're coming!
You dick. My arm is clipping through my... Bridge of Grief. Fiora learned a skill. I'm gonna check on what the skill was. Yeah, she's learning those skills. Those shipper skills. I was talking about the shipper skills. And then I was like, both my quest marker and story tell me to go that way. So I'm going this way instead. Whee! Hell Raspberry, which I need for a quest on the other file. Angry Monkey, which I never need at all. Newgate Leah, which every time I hear the name Newgate, I just think of Whitebeard from One Piece, because his name is Edward Newgate.
Murmur of darkness. Darkness.
And just like Blackbeard's actual name is Marshall D. Teach. And Frankie's actual name is Cuddy Flint.
Yeah.
That's the weirdest one, if you ask me.
Give me a piece of that Cuddy Flam. Cuddy it up.
How many people actually remember that that's Frankie's real name?
I don't know, but it's not quite as super!
Yeah. I find it funny that Frankie is basically the de facto stereotypical American, quote-unquote, for the Straw Hats when they recruited him in a place that's modeled after Venice.
Yeah.
But then again, he's not originally from there.
Yeah.
He was abandoned by his parents at Water 7. He's not originally from Water 7.
He was abandoned by whatever the equivalent of the U.S. is in One Piece.
I would like to see that, actually.
Yeah,
I would like to
me
see that
too.
island. Anyways, this is Ageless Mobit?
Yeah. Actually, America, the U.S. in, like, One Piece, you'd have to make it like, oh, this is a pretty big island, and it's got people from, like, all the other islands on it.
Yeah, it's got people from a bunch of different islands on it. They somehow have, like, migrated to this one island.
Yeah.
Maybe the ancient kingdom from the Void Century is like their equivalent of America.
Maybe that was America!
The melting pot of the ocean.
We destroyed the ancient kingdom. It was America. Oh, you bastards!
You're not gonna get to erupt your sand all over my face. I hate sand eruptions.
How did we not
It's rough and coarse and gets everywhere. Especially when it explodes outwards from these
Did
nebula
we
things.
not make that joke in the original recording?
No, I don't think we did.
What the fuck?
You're more awake right now than you were in the original recording.
Well, it is later in the day. That makes sense.
You know, for most people, it's like, oh, you'd think you'd be more awake earlier in the day. But not you!
I am Al! I am an owl!
Hoot. I think I'm actually more of an early bird person, to be perfectly honest.
My turn. Double wind. Your history. We're not done yet. Okay.
I love it when chain attacks just keep going like this.
Okay.
Ryan is correct. No escape.
We did it.
If I had a more ether-based team, this guy would be dead from a chain attack like that. But these types of enemies are highly resistant to physical damage. Sand Whip! I can't wait to get me some of that Sand Whip.
That's the spirit soul.
Woo! Pass me leveled up! I was saying that's the broken transport. I think I might have mentioned that that's the broken transporter. I pointed out the other end of the broken transporter during the beach episode, which also had to have post-recording due to stuff that you were doing at the time. Completely different stuff.
Yeah, completely different.
But at least that one didn't need the entire thing redone. Yeah, speaking of Sand Whip, in Kirby Return to Dreamland Deluxe, sand is one of the new powers that they added in that version, and it can do the grabbing items from a distance thing that the whip power can do.
Yeah, I gotta say, I'm kind of impressed. Not only have they added a bunch of new powers, and I mean, they just redid the graphics using a new engine, was it?
Yeah, they completely redid the graphics entirely from the ground up, similar to what they did with this game and with Metroid Prime Remastered. They added a new mini-game mode with Magalore Land. They added Magalore Helper mode. They added a post-game storyline with Magalore.
Yeah.
I mean, that is a remaster that is
You
worth the
mentioned
$60.
the new minigames?
Yes,
Okay.
the Magalore Land.
Magalore Land!
I mentioned that, yes. So like that's a remaster that's worth the $60 frickin' dollars. This is also a remaster that's worth the $60 frickin' dollars. While it doesn't go as hard with the graphical overhauls that Metroid Prime Remaster went with, this is still not completely unprecedented for a Nintendo first-party game, but not completely unprecedented or unheard of, but uncommon.
So I want to say that if you look at the Kirby Deluxe, and are they just?
Oh, I was mentioning how these statues of ancient Hyantia that Ricky said look like Dino Beast, like take on a whole new meaning now that you know part of the story.
Yeah.
Oh, and I was prepping for the grand opening of this door.
Oh yeah. But if you look at Kirby Returns to Dreamland, the original and the deluxe version side by side, it's kind of funny because it's like Kirby looks just about the same. Well, Bandana D looks. Oh look, the knot in his bandana. It's at a slightly different angle. Meta Knight looks just about the same. And look at D. Who the fuck are you?
I think in the original recording I was trying to enjoy the music here. That I was saying sounds like Zelda music.
Oh yeah, it does sound like. And then I said it does sound like Zelda.
Speaking of remasters, I just want to say Skyward Sword HD not worth the $60. I'm not going to say that it should have been like $20 or whatever, because they did put work into Sky. Oh yeah, we were admiring the view.
Oh yeah, look at that. Looks like the cover of a science fiction book or something.
It kind of does. Then again, this is Xenoblade. But yeah, Skyward Sword HD did have work put into it. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. You know, they doubled the frame rate, which that's something this remaster doesn't even do. They doubled the frame rate, and sometimes doubling the frame rate isn't just as simple as like, oh, it ran at 60, now we'll make it ran at 30, now we'll make it run at 60. Sometimes like animations or certain effects are tied to frame rate, and in order to make them work properly at a double frame rate, you need to like actually adjust things, like the time, like you need to adjust the timers for things, or what have you, to make things work better at a double frame rate. And, you know, they also with Skyward Sword, they had to, like, comb through the game and get rid of a bunch of Fee-Fi's redundant dialogue.
Yeah.
and what have you, which honestly means that they had to, like, comb through the entire game to do that.
Yeah.
To know when and where to get rid of certain forced bits of dialogue, and when and where certain forced bits of dialogue even happen. And so that, in and of itself, is a good deal of work. It's not like they just took the game wholesale as is and just threw it up onto the Switch. And they also added the, the full button controls and all that.
They seem to be usually pretty good about fixing complaints that players have about old Zelda games.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they definitely did a really good job with Wind Waker.
Yeah. Though some people prefer the old Triforce Quest. We call these people, Stockholm Syndrome
Yeah!
sufferers. But, but yeah, like, I don't want to say that no work was done on Skyward Sword HD, but is it $60 worth of work? My opinion is no, it's more like $40 worth of work. And then I would say that Metroid Prime Remastered is $60. I bought both, so it balances out.
Yeah, that's what I think is so funny about all this. Because, like, occasionally they'll do stuff like this with the Metroid Prime, and then it's like, oh, it's okay, they made up for it by overcharging for several other things.
I don't, like, I initially had a knee-jerk reaction to Tears of the Kingdom having a $70 price tag, but thinking more on it, that might actually be justified considering the size of that game. I mean, if it's basically the world of Breath of the Wild, but bigger, then yeah. Then again, I could make an argument that, for all intents and purposes, frickin' Xenoblade 3 should have probably been a $70 game, considering the size of that game. But then again, Xenoblade 3 had a, its own, like, expansion pass DLC. So if you wanted to have the whole game, if you wanted to have everything in the game, you had to pay an extra $30 on top of the base game price. So there's that. For all we know, Tears of the Kingdom might not have any DLC. Did they confirm that or not?
They're not talking about DLC.
Okay, well, DLC, I'm just saying, like, I think the $70 price tag will be easier to swallow if they come out and say, there's no DLC on this one. Everything we wanted to do, we just threw it in there and just increased the base price.
Yeah.
I think people would be more willing to accept a $70 price tag if you tell them there's no additional charges on top of it. But if you tell people there's going to be... See, like, I'm looking at it like that game is fucking massive and there's, like, visual improvements over Breath of the Wild already and other stuff. So, $70 price tag. It's like, part of me wants to say no to that, but another part of me is like, it might be justified with the amount of content in the game and how good the game is. You know? I don't know. That's a tricky subject. Honestly, there's actually no such thing really as objective value. I'm just admiring the dragon heads on the wall and saying how they look like things from other giant ruins that we've seen, specifically from Valak Mountain. Every once in a while I have to stop myself to be like, this is what past me was doing.
Yeah.
But, like, there's actually no real such thing as objective value. Value is based on how much people are willing to pay for a thing. Which, I know a lot of people don't like to hear that, but that's actually the truth of the matter. Things are worth how much people are willing to pay for them a lot of the time.
That's true. It's like, yeah, we'll see about the DLC, but it's like, it's worse with like other companies where they're like, hey, we're upping our price for all our games to $70. Oh, and don't forget to buy the loot crates and the fucking season passes and all this other stuff.
Yeah, at least with the Nintendo, it's an expansion pass, not a season pass. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, speaking of, well, Nintendo owns a piece of Pokemon, so I guess it's kind of Nintendo-ish. There's a Pokemon presentation coming up on Pokemon Day, on Monday. So, yeah, if you want to join me for reacting to that at, was it 9 a.m., I think, before it starts?
9 a.m. Oh, we'll see if I'm up by then. I've had some trouble sleeping the past few days, which has been hard on me.
I know Carrie's going to be joining me. So when she gets the time right, sometimes she's like, wait, are we doing it now? I'm like, no, in about 10 hours from now, actually. I mean, she does live across the world from us. Good. Oh, that's showing something in Discord. Whatever. Hey, where's Discord up? Where's how to get this stuff up?
Because you forgot to close it. That's why.
You shall all be closed. You shall be cleansed.
I was about to say the same damn thing.
Oh, gosh.
Stay out of my head. I'm just showing off how big everything is here and how the game never tells you that this used to be a place that the giants lived, but it's a place that the giants used to live, and you can tell just from the massive size of everything. Although the massive size of things reminds me of like some of Rare's N64 games, like how in Banjo-Kazooie or whatever you'll go to a world and things are fucking massive from Banjo's perspective, but it's like I get the feeling that in canon they're not supposed to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like in Jolly Roger's Lagoon.
You know, it's kind of funny about giants because when I think of giants, I think more like One Piece giants or like Jack and the Beanstalk giants. But in a lot of stories, they're just kind of like double human size or something.
Yeah. You know, in Norse mythology, what people often refer to as giants is translated from Jotunheim. which doesn't always necessarily mean giants. It's just a race of people. Although, I wonder if this game got its idea of giants from something like that. Because the Xenoblade games love to pull from various mythologies, and both various mythologies as well as a lot of, like, Judeo-Christian references. Just sort of all kind of baked into these, like, space opera super myths.
These space opera super myths.
Toward, I guess, it's a demon flamingo!
I toured around, I guess you. It was okay.
Well, bless you. Toward, I guess you.
Let's keep going.
Oh, Bart, oh, Bart.
Oh, Bart. Oh, Bart.
This weird chimera
But
thing.
what do you want to name this Pokemon? Oh, Bart. Oh, Bart.
How about Sneaky McButtface? Oh, Bart! Oh, Bart!
Bart. Well, it's an odd name, but you did discover it, so I guess Sticky Face it is.
I love that. Ash discovers a new Pokemon, and rather than call it by the name that it's clearly saying, he calls it something fucking ridiculous. Something that I believe an actual 10-year-old would probably come up with.
Speaking of Pokemon, I remember this one like YouTube animation.
We're confused.
Oh no, confusion! But when like Pokemon Go first came out, someone made like a animation where there was like all these guys, and they all look like a dorky version of Ash, and they were walking around with their phones. Where is the Pokemon? We must find them! And like Squirtle, Pikachu, and Magikarp were all hiding in an attic. Magikarp, shut up, man!
Doesn't he like
He's like trying to suffocate him. And then like, the Pokemon, they are in here! And they like come up and they like start shooting 1 billion Pokeballs at him, and Squirtle's like getting smashed in the face by Pokeballs like the Tower of Babel Dinos. These dinos are all talking the same language, and building a tower, I demand we do something about it!
We've gotten stronger.
Well, he's dead now.
Good! There's another one!
Chain attack, ready to roll.
Don't get carried away, Ron.
It's rhyme time, don't you know?
That's it, I've had enough. I'm mixing all their languages up. Gibby Gabby! My son! I don't understand what what my son on my head is saying! Oh wait, they were a baby. I never knew what they were saying.
Goo goo gaga. Gaga goo goo.
Okay, it's time to take on another Abart. Abart! Oh, that's right. I remember my original joke for this monster now. Oh, Bart, why you little? Oh, Bart, clean your room.
Mom!
Don't have a cow, man.
Would that be more like don't have an Armu in this world?
Don't have an Armu, man.
And on and on.
Why you little?
And then you were talking about how, like, Marge's voice actress needs to retire.
Yes, she needs to retire desperately. Every time I barely watch Simpsons anymore, but every time maybe an episode will come on, I'll catch it. She sounds like she's suffering every time she does that voice. It's like,
I mean, I would be too, but...
yeah. But it didn't sound like she was suffering, like, years ago. I mean, she's gotten so old now, it just sounds like she's struggling.
You two never
she's gotten so old that she sounds like she could just do the voice as her natural voice now.
Yeah, but she's still, like, trying to do the voice. So it's bad.
Speaking of voice actors, it was in this episode that I brought up.
We've definitely got
You know-
stronger.
The voice we were talking about Futurama coming back, and I was like, the voice actor for Bender also played like Marcus Phoenix in freaking Gears of War,
Oh, yeah.
and he also played Waka in Final Fantasy X.
Oh, gosh. Happy fireworks. Just think of it as happy fireworks. Their home is gone, Waka! Happy fireworks.
To defend Final Fantasy X just a little bit, the laughing scene that everyone makes fun of, like they were the voice directors intentionally told the actors to make it forced awkward laughter because that's the context of the scene.
Mm-hmm.
Is that Tidus is depressed as fuckus, and Yuna's like, whenever I'm like depressed and whatever, I sometimes just start laughing or whatever so that I can put on a brave face and that nobody knows about it. And then she's trying to teach him how to do that, and the whole point is that he can't fake a laugh to save his life.
And story.
Glad I got all that done before.
Looks like you had a few more seconds to go.
Well, you never know where they're...
What took you so long?
Side quests.
Dixon!
What a dick!
Are you even trying to fight?
Side quests.
Things are gonna get a lot worse if you don't buck up your ideas.
Side quests.
Come down here and say that!
Side quests.
I'm gonna walk over here first. Oh, this nonsense.
Behold this beast!
What on Bionis is that?
It's not like we were just fighting a bunch of them in the kitchen earlier.
This is a surprise. We've never seen this before. This is the beast that you won't be fighting.
No, this is the one you will be
This is
fighting.
the beast that you will be fighting. That's the beast that's up there.
It's the warm-up act. If you can't get by this one, you don't stand a chance against me.
Stop these games, old man!
You'll have to stop this thing first.
I'm gonna join the rest of my bandmates.
We're having a kick-ass.
Hurry up! I'm just itching for a good old-fashioned scrap.
Kick-ass.
Reunion tour. I'll be all over the Bionis.
Everyone, be careful.
Monster want to eat Ricky! This thing is no match for us.
Especially since you, like, killed, like, how many? Well, I guess it's technically different. Technically.
This isn't Obart. This is Oblis Obart? Oblis the Tormentor Obart?
I swear sometimes they just have the same damn monster and it's, like, called something else.
Well, that's what so-called unique monsters are. I mean, they also will have, like, Spike or whatever, and they have higher stats.
It's a completely different monster! It looks exactly like the same as the last 10 we killed. It's a completely different monster!
Well, this one has higher IVs and has some EV training.
There you go. That's the explanation.
And it's dead.
Yeah.
This is how we do it.
This is how we do it.
Shulk, why did he introduce that one monster on the...
On the throne, only to have a different one.
Oh yeah, and I mentioned how this one kind of reminds me of the behemoth from Kingdom Hearts.
Good luck.
And I was like,
Man, it's amazing how much stuff I remember just by looking at this gameplay. I'm like, oh, I said this about this.
you were. This was honestly one of the ones where you were more awake throughout, like, most of it. Which is a shame that we have to remember. This is one of the monsters where I think they're using the Wii model, but they, like, maybe redid some of the textures on it. This game has such a weird mix-and-match approach to a remaster.
Yeah.
It's like, some models are completely redone from the ground up, some models are just taken wholesale from Xenoblade 2, some models are taken wholesale from Xenoblade 1 with no changes made to them whatsoever, some models are taken from Xenoblade 1 but have new textures applied to them. You know, I hear there's a rumor going around right now that Metroid Primes 2 and 3 will also be ported to Switch, but they might not be remastered in much the same way that Prime 1 was. I feel like Prime 3, for the most part, would actually still hold up because that game looks really good for Wii standards. And they also did a lot of artistic shit to sort of hide the Wii's limitations. Plus, it was made in an era where they knew they were competing with more powerful consoles.
What's the general opinion on
Feels good, right?
Metroid Prime 2? Because it's so different.
How we do it.
Prime 2 is fairly well liked. I think Prime 3 is the one where people are more divided on because it's more linear and it doesn't have that feeling of isolation like the others, at least not at first, and the beginning of... Yeah, I was pointing that out.
This is the next room over has like something that's actually called a behemoth.
And this is the behemoth nest.
But I also pointed out that when I said it looked like a behemoth, Mike was like, well, he was like going to say something and then he stopped himself. I was like, in my mind I was thinking, there's like something called a behemoth in the next room, isn't there?
No. Maybe. But anyways, yeah, the rumor is Primes 2 and 3 won't be as much of a big boy remaster. But what I'm thinking is, what if they take like this sort of approach to a remaster where you know, that you have the mix and match approach.
Where it's like Samus looks better, the bosses look better.
A few select enemies look better, then some are just like taken wholesale from the original game and upscaled. And maybe some things might be using models from Metroid Prime 4 or Remaster. Because, you know, they reuse some enemy types between games.
It sure was nice that they decided to put in the extra effort considering people have been waiting for Prime 4 for it.
Ever?
Ever? Yes.
One of the bits of the rumor is that they're going to like stagger the releases of the Prime games up until Prime 4 comes out. But another rumor is that we're just going to only get Prime Remaster and then Prime 4. Which would be a shame.
Yeah. Especially since they're killing off the Wii U shop.
But also, like, they took the time and effort to add in, like, all the different control options, including mimicking Prime 3's style of controls that were then backported into 1 and 2 via the new Play Control / Trilogy versions.
Yeah, let's do it.
So if they took the time to mimic Prime 3's control scheme, which the game was built with that control scheme in mind, then why not port Prime 3?
Yeah.
If they port Prime 3, all that left-hand shit that Samus was doing that you do with the Wiimote, because it wasn't actually using the frickin' motion controls for that, it was actually using the pointer and like detecting how close or far the pointer was and the position of the pointer, whether it was rotated or not.
Uh-huh.
That's why it used the Wiimote. But since, you know, we basically got Motion Plus technology in each fucking Joy-Con, could we, like, redo those, but actually use the left Joy-Con to control Samus's left fucking hand?
Huh. Yeah.
I would like that.
Yeah.
Because it always felt weird doing it with the right Joy-Con.
You did it!
Door is open. Oh yeah, I was saying how, like, this room in particular reminds me of a room from the last story where I fought that one enemy where I, like, had to go onto the upper level and then do that dash strike to hit it on the head, and then it would roll around and get stuck in a thing like this, and then I would smack its ass.
Yep.
Deadly Kiwi! Oh, around this time you were talking about how does Dixon fight? Does he just fight with a... And you were taking, like... You were like, take your bets now... Place your bets now, ladies and gentlemen.
Is it A, he fights with a gun? B, he turns into some type of angelic being? C, he turns into a monster? I think I might have gotten B and C mixed up, but whatever. Or D...
With his dick!
With his dick!
Why do you think they call me Dixon?
Take your bets now and you'll find out. Not in this episode. Which I didn't know at the time.
Yeah, going to the Dixon boss fight is the point of no return.
Okay.
It was at this point I realized I did not set up my party with any frickin' debuff resist. I was like, oh, I don't have debuff resists on anybody.
Uh-oh.
Well, shit.
Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs.
Uh-oh. You know, when you say uh-oh like that, my mind gets cast back to frickin' Zombies Ate My Neighbors. Because the frickin' on any map with the frickin' giant baby monster, the music will have a uh-oh in the back that's sprinkled in periodically.
It's thinking about Zombies Ate My Neighbors. I was watching a video the other day about how it was about Gold Patrol and what happened with Gold Patrol. How it was kind of meant to be its own thing at first, apparently.
And then it was shoehorned into being a Zombies Ate My Neighbors sequel.
Yeah, and here's not that great.
To be fair, to be fair though, like it's easy to hear things like that and say, "Oh, well, the reason it's not that great is because it was forced to be a sequel to something it's not," but that might not be necessarily the case. Like, it could have still been its own thing and still sucked.
It probably would have still sucked, honestly. Because changing it into a Zombies Ate My Neighbors sequel or whatever
doesn't really change, like, the gameplay or the mechanics.
Yeah.
For the most part.
And it doesn't sound like it would have, like, taken, like, that much of their development time to do that.
It's mostly just a graphic change and rewriting aspects of the story.
Yeah.
I just say that because people often think, I get the feeling that people often think, like, oh, if only they weren't forced to whatever, and that would be better on its own merits. It's like, it's not always true. Anyways, past me was showing the reconstruction thing because these nebulas here have one of the items that I need to finish colony reconstruction. To which, again, you were like, Juju, how do you know about this?
How do you know about this stuff, Juju? Doesn't make any sense, Juju.
That's the two Inferno elements we need. This should help them restore Colony 6 special faculties. Facilities?
Faculties.
Facilities. Whatever. Special stuff.
Special stuff. Deathly.
Well, I see an FAC, and I think well, no, facility? Yeah, I think it's facilities.
Yes, it's facilities. There's got two more tourists over here.
You see, The mistake you made was thinking that I could read.
Oh no!
Running around.
Oh no, they put the Ubisoft logo above your head.
Oh, no wonder they're confused. You know, the Switch is honestly one of the perfect systems to preserve old, like, Wii games on.
Oh yeah.
Even though, I will say this, the whole pseudo-pointer thing that some Switch games do is not as good as having an actual pointer, because, like, with actual Wii, you have a thing that you put on the top of your TV, and the Wiimote itself has an IR cam. The freaking right Joy-Con has an IR cam, but it's facing the wrong fucking way.
Mm-hmm.
The Wiimote has an IR cam that faces towards the TV. It looks at where the sensor bar is, and so it's always sending data to the Wii of where the fucking thing is pointed. With the Switch, you basically have to have a "trust me, bro, this is facing forward" button. You have to have a button that tells the system, "Yeah, it's pointing at the center. Trust me, bro." You got a source for that claim, Senator? The source is I made it the fuck up. That's from Metal Gear Solid Rising. Metal Gear Rising. Revenge. And Metal Gear Rising Revengeance.
Wow.
It's what the final boss says. Senator Armstrong.
Revengeance sounds like a word that they would use in, like, you know, like the 7th sequel of a movie. Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Let's see. Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake. The Metal Gear Solid, which is basically Metal Gear 3, but nobody calls it that. And then Metal Gear Solid 2, and Metal Gear Solid 3, Metal Gear Solid 4. Then... Mark, it is actually the same.
That's awesome. I can't believe that. I kind of like chose that number at random too. Like I like the, I don't know, 7th? It is the 7th. Oh my gosh!
Well, anyways, I got both Inferno elements I needed, because that one guy's a unique monster. He's pretty much guaranteed to drop at least one.
Watch your step. The railings are not high enough to protect anyone here. Except maybe Ricky.
Well, we'll just pull this up. And now we can jump down here. And now we can jump down here.
Oh, look, there we go. That's some, safer?
Well, I mean, you can't go through it in gameplay.
Don't impale yourself on it.
Well, it's not a Happy Henry cartoon. A Happy Harry... Harry, yeah, Harry, not Harry. But whatever. You know what? You know who I mean. Abnormal clone brag. Or brag?
Barge?
Barg.
Barge, whatever.
Barg.
By God, the abnormal clone barge wars have.
Yes, you did make that joke originally.
Ugh, I don't like the abnormal clone barge saga from the comics. It wasn't that great.
This is... You know what? Any clone joke you have in your head, you probably need. Just go nuts. Go nuts for donuts.
I think I'm an abnormal clone barge now. There's always two of me just a galloping around.
Well, there's only the one abnormal clone, but there's another clone barg in another room just like this.
Yeah. I think I'm a clone barg.
Joke was done a little bit differently originally, but yes.
There we go. I think those were the 3 clone jokes I used originally.
Well, like Charlotte said, okay. Oh yeah, this is the Rhine Squad.
That's right. They brought up how, like, Mike, are you changing your party constantly in this video?
What? No. Why would I do that for? I mean, no. The party has always been like this. I mean, who are you gonna believe? Me or your lying eyes? Me, naturally, because I don't want it.
Kind of makes me wish I could go through the final area of Kingdom Hearts with any party. Well, I guess thanks to modding, I could, but I don't know the PC version because Epic Store.
Somebody made a mod for the PS2 for the PS2 ISO whatever version that you can run via emulator for Kingdom Hearts 2, where they put Aqua in the game and like changed up certain aspects of the story and whatnot. Except the game's in-game cutscenes still play, and they tell you whenever a cutscene plays, just skip it.
I'd like to just point out how very specific you were about what you used that mod for or whatever.
I just saw somebody playing it on, well, as YouTube thought of a freaking Twitch live stream, but at first when I saw the mod, I thought he was playing the PC version, but then I realized that no, I saw like the save state messages and whatnot and realized he was playing a modded version of the PS2 final mix, but with like English script patch added to it and Aqua added to it. And like they took like the different drive forms and made them into like the different Keyblade forms or whatever from Birth by Sleep. As well as, like, making one of the drive forms she can unlock a frickin' just her in her armor. And also you have, like, no party members. Running. Run, hurry. But yeah, I've not been switching out my party member. I mean, party members, wasn't Fiora the leader at the start of this? I'm pretty sure she was, you know. Let's play Gaslight Mark into thinking I don't switch my party at all.
Just running.
Excitement! Action, adventure, exploration! Running down a hall! Second Sanctum!
Majestic clone barge, barg, I don't know. Whatever it is, that!
Well, we're barging in on them.
Yeah.
It's time for Girl Squad action!
I'm trying to think of any other clone jokes I could make, but I don't think
I think you spread them out a little bit more in the original report. I think you started doing the I Think I'm a Clone Now song at this one. And then you started repeating the Spider-Man Clone Saga joke.
The Spider-Man Clone Saga. I think Fiora and Shulk are the best screamers in this game when it comes to taking damage.
Yeah, they belong together. That would be very awkward.
It's like, those two are perfect for each other. What makes you say that, Dunban? Ah! Ah! Perfect.
Oh wow, he fell down literally at the same time Fiora got knocked back. Get up, Melia.
Boom.
We're not finished yet. Okay. My turn.
Don't have a purple art on her. Damn it, I should have put, like... She has purple arts, I just didn't put any on her palette.
Dun, 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 dun.
The next one will hurt even more. Shala, that was great. I think we can do it. You're it now. Healing Aqua.
Howl of Darkness!
Ooh.
My rifle doesn't feel like it could beat anyone. That too could Fiora. I feel
Haha, I got slightly healed and now this doesn't kill me, so it shatters your future.
There's nothing around here.
Gotcha.
Us. Let's stay alert. Let us remain vigilant.
Yes, I gotta heal Boist. Or heal Blast, not Boist. It's Blast. It's like, finally, another Charlotte book that I actually, for an art that I actually use.
Finally.
Deathlight Chi. Trinity. Blue Glow.
You get.
Lazard. And then I go to equip the Lazard and show off that it looks just like one of his Machina blades. And it's like, this weapon that looks like it should have anti-mechon properties does not have anti-mechon properties. To which you were like, oh yeah, for all those mechon, right? And I'm like, but there's a Super Pulse that's a mechon. And also, Ricky's freaking Banquet Biter, Ricky's fish head on bones has anti-mechon properties.
Like, what the hell?
And I was saying, like, I feel like what ended up happening was Lazard was supposed to have anti-mechon properties, and that stupid fish stick wasn't, but somehow they got flipped around in the code, and they just didn't bother to fix it for this version.
What was the name of the guy who was in charge of the Mechon again?
Egil?
Egil, yeah, it's like, report, Mechon are being destroyed en masse. What are they being destroyed by? This.
What? Is it the Monado?
Yeah, is it the Monado? I don't know why I said it then.
Is it the Monado? Are more Machina giving Zanza's vessels, the party of Zanza's vessel, anti-mechon gear again?
Yes, anti-mechon gear detected, and it like shows a video of like the fishbone web. It's like
what is this?
Anti-mechon weapon detected.
What? It's like, are you serious? What kind of joke is this? This has been proven to penetrate face mechon armor. What the fuck? Like, what? Okay. You know what? I'm just gonna. No more mechon raids on the Bionis. I'm
done. We're done.
We had a good run, everybody. It's not. A fucking fish is beating us. Can't believe it. I'm being beaten by a fish.
Green cam.
You know, it's funny how for the Aladdin animated series, instead of getting,
Robin Williams?
Robin Williams, yeah. My brain was getting his name, like, all jumbled in my head.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of getting him back, they just basically got Homer Simpson's VA.
Hey, look! He's finally flying down to fight us.
He's finally here! fighting for you, or fighting against you.
Oh yeah, I forgot about this guy. You know, he got all that pomp and circumstance. And then we proceeded not to fight him.
Yeah, it's like, look over here, now look over there, now look over here, now look over there.
And they don't even look different. I mean, I guess he's bigger or something?
He's bigger, yeah, the other one wasn't towering over us. This is the Master of Art. Suck on my bone upper! Followed by my dive sabbat.
My bone upper. It's hard and long. What?
One of his battle quotes is, Shala, with you around, I fight twice as hard. It's like, they had to have known, right? they must have.
Of course we do. We're not little kids. Like, all right, we want you to make Xenoblade 3. Okay, I do it, Daddy. Why did we get this development team again? Why did we get these developers again? Because somehow they're making really great games.
Empty throne.
Oh yeah, I think you made a One Piece like reference or something.
Oh yeah. Emu. Journey's End. Hi, Ricky. I gotta confess something to ya.
You don't have to look these up. It's already done.
Ryan obsessed with Ricky? Not obsess. Confess. It's just... I didn't think you'd get this far. What Ryan mean? I just figured you'd give up and head back to the village. Ricky do want to go home. Select it.
Select it. Do it.
Ricky want to see Oka and all Little Pollen village. Ricky want pollen cakes and Ricky want them now. Sounds like you'd rather eat cake than see your family, Ricky.
Why can't he have his cake and see his family too?
It's my pollen cakes and I want them now. No, Ricky think family most important. But Ricky is hereupon, so fight till battle ends. Haha, that right. You've got a pretty big family. I'm almost jealous of you, Ricky. Why Ryan jealous?
Why, Jelly?
I ain't got any family left.
Oh, this is sad.
When I go home, no one's waiting for me. You must be the happiest bloke on by honest, Ricky. Cheer up, Ryan. Ricky want Ryan to start own happy family. Easier said than done, man. Ricky think it easy. Get married, start family.
2 whole steps.
Ryan think too hard. So you reckon I should stop thinking about it so much? Ricky want to marry Oka, so Ricky tell her, marry Ricky! Oka was so angry, she slapped Ricky. But then she agreed, and Ricky and Oka have family. So you think if I get a girl to marry me, I'm all set?
Yes.
I hate to agree with you, but that sounds like a good idea. Ryan agree with Ricky? Ricky helped Ryan get married to other hum-hum. Cheers, man. Gonna have to find me a nice girl first, though. But Ryan already have nice girl. Wait, you don't mind? Well, maybe, but this ain't the time or place. Well, when we're all home free, I hope she doesn't turn me down. She also has to stop comparing me to Gatto.
It's like, But will Melia marry me? Ricky, do not think. We're thinking of the same girl.
Ryan, what were you and Ricky talking about? Nothing.
Nothing.
Time for Glacial Nebula Destructify.
Raysile, whatever the fuck that means.
Graysile. Whatever. I can't get by, Shyla. Shyla? I can't get by.
Oh yeah, that's right, he was having that problem.
Blizzard element. Well, they drop ice-based things. Yeah, at some point in the original recording, I don't know when, but I was saying, like, those nebula monsters are one of the few things they can get away with taking the model wholesale from the Wii and just throwing it on here because it's such an abstract thing.
No one will know that this kid's just hasn't been changed.
I mean, you could make it look more gaseous or whatever. There are ways you can make it look better, but it already looks so good as is.
So bright you can barely look at it. Look at how bright it is. Like, I need the detail. What detail? It's a glowy blob.
It's a gaseous blob.
It's a gaseous blob.
It's a ball of gas.
It's a glowing gaseous.
Yeah, what he said. It's a great ball of gas. Pumbaa, everything is gas to you. And I go and get the key. For some reason, I keep thinking that, like, this wall will open up or something, but it never does. And I don't know why I keep thinking that it will.
It never does. We know that for sure.
I was just checking on how Fiora's shipper skills were doing. And I'm considering switching my party around.
Is Fiora the only one working on stuff now?
Yeah, because you get her so late in the game. I mean, any skills she learned from when she was a Homs, she keeps in her Mechon, Mechon body. But, even then, you have so little time to work on them at the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
that barely helps.
It's like, you get to the end of the game, it's like, alright everyone, we've had plenty of time to work on our skills. We've got them all! And Fiora's like, give me a little bit more time. It's like, we're at the end of the game, Fiora!
I feel like for whatever reason, it's definitely more of a Texan accent. Like, different southern states have different accents.
Mm-hmm. It was like... There was like a Mennonite and this damn... What was it?
Mask of Zorro
Yeah,
type.
Mask of Zorro-like thing going on.
Which is also what DreamWorks Puss in Boots is doing.
Whereas, like, you compare their voices from the games, the DJ's like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
And then Meta Knight's voice is more like, I am the darkness of the... Like, Meta Knight just always has a cool voice, no matter what.
Yeah. I don't really mind his like right back at you voice at all, really.
I understand what they were going for, and let's be clear, he kind of does invoke that sort of imagery.
Yeah.
But his canonical voice in the games is more like, I am the ultimate destructor guy person. You cannot defeat Meta Knight.
We've never really heard, like, DDD say any, like, thing in English in the games, have we?
No. We've heard Meta Knight talk in English in the games.
Yeah, we've heard Meta Knight, but every time DDD's just like, "Roar, roar, roar," or just he kind of grunts or some noise. It's like, what would he sound like if you actually spoke English in that voice? Oh, like Kirby. I don't know. He sounds like he's got, like, something in his mouth. Kirby, I'm going with that Kirby.
I think it's probably... I'm gonna be perfectly honest, the odd Texan accent actually kind of suits DDD.
It kind of works. You know which character was, I don't believe, ever in any of the games, as far as I can tell? Escargoon. I don't think that guy was in any of the games.
No, I wasn't! Although you gotta like the pun of my name. Like escargot, it's escargoon.
Yeah.
And escargot is just...
I mean, of course, he's not the only one. Tiff, Tough, their parents. I'm going to count, like, the residents as being from the games because they're Cappies.
Yeah, but that's a weird thing of taking, like, enemies from the game and making them into...
Did they just look at what they did with Toads and Paper Mario and they were like, yes.
But Toads were never enemies, sir.
Oh, yeah. Honestly, I don't get... We barely see... Usually the friendly residents we see of Dreamland are, like, the animal friends. And...
At the end of Kirby's Dream Land 1, there was a crowd that looked like Kirby.
Huh. That's interesting. Because, like, it's always... I think it's been applied, like, a few times through the series that the enemies that you're fighting are the residents of Popstar.
Genuine article.
They're just under the employ of King Dedede.
So I was like, I need to save the people of Popstar by destroying the people of Popstar.
Well, I mean, not every Waddle Dee is in Dedede's employ.
Though I also think the game implies that Kirby isn't quite the destructive, deathly force that he really is. Because, like...
Untold Feelings.
Oh, right. Gotta focus on this for a bit.
Your past you was still looking it up. That's okay. I can cut.
But yeah, we'll be back with our Kirby conversation after...
Or Kerbosation.
Kerbosation after this heart-to-heart.
Come on, past Mark. Thank you. Thank past you. Hey, Melia. I wanted to talk to you about... You know who?
Voldemort?
You mean Shulk? Yeah, I was wondering about you and him, you know? You're being rather vague, Charla. What were you wondering? Well, you know, about Shulk. Do you still like him? Could you have not simply asked in the first place? Well, I do have something I need to tell you. Oh, you had a breakthrough. This is great. Not a breakthrough, Charla. In fact, quite the opposite. I have decided to give up. You don't want to pursue him? Did you at least tell him how you feel? I did not. He remains blissfully unaware.
As opposed to Chancellor.
That is just like you, Melia. Always thinking of others, but secretly hurting inside.
Wait for it.
It is not that bad. You don't fool me for a second. Charla can tell from a mile away. How do you do that? Oh yeah, you were talking about my delivery.
You keep delivering it the perfect way from Melia. How do you do that?
Alright, I admit it has been hard.
I put it on hard mode.
I have already lived for a great number of years. But never before have I experienced these emotions.
Does not compute, does not compute!
Meliabot does not...
Meliabot, does emotions do not compute! Cannot comprehend!
Oh, we held on that shit for a while. I'm truly sorry, Melia. I wish I could have done more to help.
Thank God we're not rushing through the text. Giving you plenty of time.
Ah. I might have messed up the delivery.
And had to redo it.
Yeah. I'm truly sorry, Melia. I wish I could have done more to help.
You got more than enough. You could do it 3 times or 4 times in the amount of time we're taking here.
3 or 4 times amount of times.
6?
I should have paid more attention to how you were doing. You are not at fault here, Sharla. You have already lost someone. My hurt cannot compare to that. Melia, I have decided that Shulk and Fiora deserve a future together.
Connected.
So I shall watch from afar and wish them every happiness. Well, Melia, have you considered polygamy?
This is an option?
Maybe. Then again, my dad was married to 2 different women. Well, it's a shame, but maybe it's for the best. I have no doubt those 2 will
Be really happy together.
be really happy together. Thank you. I have no doubt that those 2 will be really happy together.
There we go. Was that the last one?
No, there's one more. There's 3.
There's 3.
That was 2.
Summon wind.
These damn Babbledinos!
Oh, don't worry. They'll basically be genocided. And yes, I said genocided.
They'll be genocided when I make this tower collapse on them!
It has been genocided.
So saith the god of the Xenoblade world.
That would be Zanza.
Yeah, Zan's saying all this.
It's like, wait a minute. Why am I using them to guard my... Oh. I'm using them to guard myself because I know they'll be killed.
You have created a tower that displeases me. Therefore, you shall forever remain guards here.
Until your dying days. Also, I had originally brought up how there's no Telethia at all in this place. And,
Oh yeah,
And you were like, wait, no Telethia? But... and I was
that's
like,
their whole purpose.
they're supposed to be the Mechon replacements.
Like, but no, Xander was like, alright, I finally decided on the Guardians for my domain. A bunch of random months. A bunch of random creatures.
I mean, I don't mind having these, like, ancient creatures, but you'd think there'd be some Telethia here, too. Like,
Any Telethia.
at least... one?
At last, my grand plan for the Telethia that shall be my ultimate defense! You go way over there, you go way over there, you go way over there!
And of course, there's the Telethia in the Hyantia capital that are just...
There.
That's because they're old Hyantia that have changed.
And now that they've been transformed, you leave them exactly where they were. Let's go.
Leave them exactly where they were. Let's go. Oh, no, I mean, there's a few that are patrol... Like, what if you actually had to go to... What if you actually had to go back to Earthsea to use the old transporter to get here? But then again, I mean, at least there was Telethia in the Bionis interior.
Mm-hmm. See, I was just thinking, like, could you imagine if Dixon,
Genuine articles.
like, rallied the full force of all the Telethia on the Bionis against Shulk and his group?
No. I don't want to think about that. Although, technically, the Telethia were really more under, Lorthia's
Oh, yeah.
jurisdiction. But I mean, Zanza himself still uses. I was combining self and still into a single word. Ugh, I have a bad habit of that. Zanza himself still uses Telethia as well, so yeah, I don't get why they're not here.
It's like, alright, and now to take on that lot, this handful should do, let's go.
Indeed, I concur.
Oh yeah, a unique monster joined the fray while I was doing all this.
You know, to Dixon's credit, had Shulk not revived,
I fear my strength is
might have worked.
I mean, they were kind of struggling against the Telethia, but they weren't doing that badly against the Telethia in that one cutscene where Shulk got revived. Speaking of trying to revive someone...
Oh yeah, wasn't it? I remember this fight, because I remember being like, oh, sorry Mike, I'm not used to you struggling against, like...
random monsters, and I was like, there's a unique monster that joined the fray while I was in the middle of fighting.
No. I was like, oh, that makes sense. Dark Howl!
It's dark. Ow. Fiendish... burn?
Auburn?
Auburn. The fiendish Auburn.
Mr. Auburn. Excellent.
Egg salad.
Egg salad.
Here I come against the odds. Dun 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 dun. Gotta start a new chain.
There's one.
Was that? Oh, that was a pretty big number. Don't fall off the edge.
Like that chest is about to. It was pretty close to the edge.
Oh, they won't let the chests fall off the edge in this version. If the game detects that the chest will fall off the edge, it will just drop on top of your character.
Ow!
The original version, the chests will fall off the edge, making you completely lose out on them, but not this version. I was trying to see if any of those Newgate Leas or whatever were like unique monsters in and of themselves. I don't think they are. There is one that is a unique monster, but he's further up ahead. Senorita Scarab.
Senorita.
It's crazy that Metroid Prime Remaster both looks better than this game and runs better than this game. Then again, that game doesn't have giant, massive open worlds and large numbers of characters fighting at a time.
Dixon, you want to come out and fight?
Where are we? What is this place? It looks like a cathedral. There's an altar over there.
It's like Dante could run around this place.
These have scary faces.
We better take a look.
It does look like something from out of a Devil May Cry game.
Hey, look, a puzzle for me to put an amulet in or something.
You see something, Shulk? This indentation. It looks like something should fit inside it.
Xenoblade may cry.
Yep, Ricky feel like something here.
It's probably a way up to the top.
Could it really be that easy?
There's no use thinking about it. Let's search for whatever fits into the gap.
This is Xeno May Cry. We gotta find the thing.
Zanza may cry.
Zanza May Cry. But yeah, I mean, I guess I should have known that like Dixon was part of the no turning back part, but I don't know. For all I know, it could have been you beat Dixon, and then Zanza's like, you've defeated my dude. Coming to find me. I don't know how this works.
In the other Xenoblade games, the point of no return is right before the actual final boss himself.
Yeah, that's kind of what I assumed.
This is the only one that doesn't work exactly that way. Though you'll know why once we get there.
So, if I was making this assumption for any other Xenoblade game, I probably would have been right then.
Yes, you would. These nebulas have the other part that I need for colony reconstruction.
Why are they spelling solar like that? Solaire.
Well, they're electric-based. So it's probably not supposed to be solar.
Oh, but what about Charlotte?
Charlotte more like mama. One mama enough.
Now you
I
wait.
don't think if I even noticed they were saying that when we did this for the first time.
Charlotte more like Mama, even though Melly is older. Although Melly is younger, Melly is older in number of years, but younger in terms of her species. Something wrong, Shulk? You look like you're a million miles away. Shulk, you in there? Oh, hey, Fiora, what's up? Hello? I just asked you that. Are you feeling okay?
Are you totally feeling okay?
Sorry, I was just thinking. You've been like this since we got here. Haha, you don't miss a thing, do you? Nope, and I know exactly what's been on your mind. You're worried about me.
It's Dixon.
Yes, how did you know? All I had to do was look at your face. I could feel the worry. Just by looking at me. That's pretty amazing. I was joking, Shulk. Thank you, though. But I've been feeling much better, so stop worrying so much. Well, if you're feeling better... Hey, Shulk, do you think I'll ever be 100% Hans again?
If the beast falls in love someday.
No doubt. Of course you will be. I will make it happen. I will make it legal. I mean...
But my Shulk.
Oh, Shulk. Thank you. I don't know what I would do without you. When this is all over, we'll find a way. Whenever we make camp, I see you with your head in a book. Oh yeah, it took me a while to read this one properly.
Oh yeah.
The other night you didn't sleep. Are you doing this all for me? Yeah, but it's nothing. I always get carried away when I fixate on one thing. It's a bad habit of mine. I'm probably autistic or something. But you must be so exhausted from all the fighting. Don't worry, Fiora. I'm fine. It did some good because now I've learned a few things. Really? Like what? The key is combining Machina and high Entia technologies. Megio gave me a book explaining the joint research they did. It was years and years ago, but it covered all sorts of fields. I don't know much about medicine, but Charla and Lenata do. I'll get them to help.
Perfectly done.
Shulk. Sorry, Fiora. This stuff is really boring, huh? No, it's not. Fiora? Are you crying? Yes, but these are tears of joy. I don't know what to say. Oh yeah, I messed up tears of joy and said tears of joys or something.
Joys.
And then we were
Tears of Joy Boy.
we were having a bit of a laugh about that.
Tears of Joys.
Or Joyce or
Oh,
something.
Joyce! I think that's funnier. Tears of Joyce. Who's Joyce? And why is she crying?
When I get my body back, let's go have another picnic at the park in the colony. Sure thing, Fiora. It's a date! One day, I promise.
It's a date.
It's official. They've been shipped.
Oh,
Alright, your Shulk and Fiora figurines will arrive in the mail.
Yeah,
and-
that's right. I think I was talking about this Shonen Jump manga I used to read. It was about this guy who got engaged to one of many girls, and he couldn't figure out who it was. And then they got older, and all these girls were interested in him. And then in the last few chapters, he's like, it's like, sorry, I can't be with you. It's I'm not in love with you. And then, in the comments, people were going nuts. Like, no, my ship! Oh, man, the ships are sinking like crazy. People are drowning!
Honestly, it sounds less like a Shonen Jump plot and more like a shoujo plot or like a bad hentai plot.
That's the weird thing is Shonen can have shoujo, and it's like, but you're Shonen Jump. What's the...
Shonen Jump the shark, if you ask me. I mean, as long as it's a metal death shark from One Piece, they can jump all the sharks they want. Oh yeah, I remember a funny bit coming up. Alright, let's get these weird-ass gargoyle things. Good. Gimarn Eagle.
That is not an easy name to say.
Gimarin Eagle. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna call it, Gimarin Eagle.
I think these guys were they were crouched on their platforms, and I think when they flew off, I was like, I live again!
I live again. I live again.
Like in DuckTales, where that one, horse demon thing gets his head back, and he's like, I live again! Again!
Oh, jeez.
It was funny because when I watched that episode the first time, it had been so long since I'd watched an episode of Gargoyles, I forgot that they say that! It's like one of the main things they say, and I completely forgot it. Or is that just a Goliath thing? I think that's mostly a Goliath thing.
Well, a Goliath thing is a Gargoyles thing.
Yeah. I mean, that is the voice actor for Goliath.
I like how my whole team was dizzy, and then he just died from...
Oh, dang it! I think that was a really funny moment!
No, that's not it.
That's not it. We're not at that yet. Okay.
No, that's just the prelude.
That's the prelude to the really, really funny moment.
Not that I planned any of this, mind you.
If you did, I would have been very impressed.
It's like, I don't know how I would have been able
Yeah,
to...
it's just like that time we planned Aqua to die after she got 3 7s and got a jackpot.
Yeah, I know. How you managed
We
to...
planned that out for months. I can't believe we pulled that off.
Yeah, I know, especially considering we didn't tell Volsa anything about it.
Oh, that makes it even better.
Tempest Kick! That One Piece move that I have!
I got that from Rob Lucci.
I mean, like I said, next thing you're gonna be telling me that One Piece has, a one-armed sword-fighting mentor to the main character who mostly wears red. And somebody who's destined to, shake up the world and and go against those that call themselves God. Why does One Piece and Xenoblade have such a crossover fan section? You know, a cross fan section. I can't possibly imagine why that would be. It's not like they have anything in common.
Yeah.
Nope, nothing in common at all.
He did it again!
More to come. I'm on it.
Masterful Gigapurr! Actually, I think Masterful Gigapurr is what Muffy does.
The weak spot.
Melia.
Things are going to plan.
Yes, all according to plan.
First, okay.
Glorious Meteor 5!
Helping each other is our greatest strength. Melia, couldn't have said it.
And there's literally nothing I can do about this unless I can get a chain attack going. I'm trying my damnedest to get the frickin' bar up, and then he hits me with it, and then he dies.
Okay, that's the only time in this entire episode where, and I know the audio quality's not great, that's the one time where I would love for you to throw in the original audio. Here it comes!
Ooh. I don't think I've ever seen that in my life. It's like, I used this massive attack, it killed one of you, left the other two at half health, and you're dazed. I'm dead.
Because I really liked our reaction to that part.
We had no idea that was... We were like...
We were just laughing like crazy. I want you to include that, if nothing else from that horrible audio, because I know I still have that file.
Okay, yeah, but I can't open that file.
I'll get that. I will, like, cut out everything else and just be like, okay, just this reaction, export. Here you go.
Okay, sure, yeah.
Because the rest of it is garbage!
But, yeah...
Because our reaction right now, of course, is not anywhere near as good.
It's because we knew it was coming.
Yeah.
And we choose to
Funky dance!
We choose to...
Funky dance! Super! Oh yeah, brother!
The time is Melia! Your turn! My turn!
Everybody gets a turn!
Against the odds, we choose to fight! Blossom dance! Everyone!
But what about Buttercup and Bubbles? You want Blossom to dance, I get that, but what about Buttercup and Bubbles?
Bubbles, dance!
Buttercup, dance!
Butter dance!
Slow zoom on Charla's ass!
She's got great assets, what can I say?
Can't argue against it. That girl has the tightest looking ass in the entire game.
She does. She's also got the biggest boobs in the game. I mean,
Bravo! Oh, bravo!
We are at one with the battlefield!
My right sounded like that.
Charla, I mispressed. Either I missed pressing the button in time, or the enemy died too fast. So it's just awkward silence after. Someone actually brought up a good point about those affinity bursts and how awkward it is when you miss time one. It's like, Charla! What is it done, Dan? Nothing. Bang. Darkness. Kingdom Hearts villain speech.
Oh boy, we're gonna be getting some of that today.
Thanks for dating this video. I mean,
Victory together.
I don't want to date this video. I'm not romantically interested.
oh boy. I got something I'd want to talk to you about, but I don't know if I should bring it up in a video or not, because I feel like people would get the wrong idea if I talk about it in a video.
Okay.
So I'll just save that for like when we're talking, when we're not recording.
Okay.
It's about a video that I keep seeing in my YouTube recommendations, and I just keep thinking, I'm not watching this because there's no way you could know what you claim to know.
That's gotta be about 70% of the videos on YouTube.
Unfortunately. It's a long video, too. It's like 6 hours.
Talk about the most elaborate way to ring a bell.
I think this caught you off guard.
It was like, what the fuck? It's called a rope. But it's less work this way. I can't argue against that.
It's the dragon.
The dragon! The dragon! The dragon!
You're using a grapple beam to ring a bell.
You're using a grapple beam to ring a bell.
Strong screw.
Strong screw.
That's some strong screwing.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah, I brought up when I picked up the strong screw. I was like, maybe that's what they used for Sophia the Third's wheels, and saying like how I always thought that those and the wheels in the tank and Blaster Master looked like flathead screws, and how they probably did that to make it obvious that the wheels are animating.
Yeah, I was just thinking of Zanza. It's like, all right, I want to have this monster here, this monster here. It's like, okay, well they don't look that threatening to me. It's like this monster over here that also doesn't look that threatening. And dinosaurs with smaller dinosaurs on their head, really? It's like, oh, okay. I gotta say, most of these choices are kind of weird, Santa. I mean, what the heck is this? Like,
what is Dixon the bored skeleton?
Yeah, the bored skeleton. It's like, and then King Dragon. Okay, that's cool. Okay, I have no problems with that one.
And he has spike damage and a high resistance to Monado Purge, therefore he can't lose his spike that easily.
Oh yeah, now we're talking.
And he's one of 3 dragons in all of Bionis.
The other 2 dragons work for you? Wait, I guess they would, right?
Oh, well, one of them's a super boss who's actually stronger than me with an instant death spike.
So he does his own thing then?
Pretty much.
Okay.
Pretty much. That's right, Zanza now sounds like Shulk.
Yeah, that's right, he sounds like Shulk now!
It's the same, it's Adam Howden doing both voices.
Yeah, so he talks like Shulk.
Okay, so now but we don't know when he set all this up.
Yeah, it's like he could have had a different voice back then. He probably did.
Maybe.
But we only need one dragon. Just Dragon King Ulker. That's all we need. There's more than enough to take care of any opposing forces. Yeah. Definitely.
Opposing force. That's a Half-Life expansion.
Not bad. You just killed the Dragon King. That's better than not bad.
That's better than not bad, it's good.
What slashes around and flushes the sky? I don't know. This is another circumstance where I really don't know where to go with that. Unlike that one time.
Oh, was that the episode before this one?
Oh, it better have been.
Oh yeah, it was.
Where it's like somehow you were like pulling off lyrical miracles.
Lyrical miracle. That sounds like the name of a show.
Or the name of one of our episodes.
I could see a show called Lyrical
Miracles. Can we copyright that? Can we get a
Oh, where we were doing like was it like a faux Sephiroth thing?
Yeah, it was a Sephiroth thing.
And we just kept going and kept making...
And I was like, how are you doing this?
Oh, please. I've been doing Sephiroth parodies for most of my life. I may think that Final Fantasy VII is overrated, but something about the Sephiroth final battle music from when you fight Safer Sephiroth has just been like stuck in my head.
But whenever Square finishes remaking that thing, and who knows however many installments, then will it be overrated?
the quote unquote remake has some serious story issues because they decide. And it's not because they changed things, it's because of what they changed. Anyways. We have this new building.
Yes. What did you make this out of again?
And the HQ has been made bigger. Some Inferno and Bolt elements, and a few, like, random bugs and...
Oh, yeah. You made this building out of bugs? Oh, that's right. My theory was that Chuchi was like, 90% of the materials we already had.
We just need you to go and get the really fucking rare stuff.
Yeah.
That we somehow know about.
Most of this is made out of real building materials. We just needed the weird stuff.
We just needed the weird stuff. Level 5 complete. A large ether light has been built.
Hooray!
Level complete bonus. You receive a present from the peasants.
A present from the peasants.
It's residents, but...
It's a resident's presence.
Enemies are attacking one of the colony's ether plants. Fend off the enemy. Demon King Dragonia.
Hey, we can say that that's following orders, right?
But anyways, yeah. I decide not to focus too much on that because I wanted to go up here and do the last heart to... Oh, that's right. There's 4 heart to hearts in this video.
Oh, there's 4 heart to hearts! You got it wrong!
Well, there's 3 in the dungeon itself. This one's outside the dungeon.
Freezy assist.
The colony reborn!
Reborn!
So, Charla, is this what Colony 6 is supposed to look like? It's definitely getting there. We've come a long way. A little more work and it'll be perfect. Really? If you ask me, it's looking good already. Plenty of warm homes and thriving businesses. It's great. True, we have nearly everything we need, but we can't stop here. It has to be a place where everyone can feel safe. Then it'll really feel like Colony 6 again. A safe haven for everyone, huh? I know what you mean. You've come so far. It would be a tragedy to lose it all again. Yes, and that's why we have to make it safe. A place where no one will ever be sad or afraid of losing their home.
That'll be like the original colony. But didn't you get sad and lose your home? That'll be like the original colony.
I was like, how are you going to enforce this?
Even the original wasn't that way.
Don't know how you're going to enforce that. People can feel unsafe for any reason. Someone said mean words to me on the internet. Oh no!
We need to make this a safe space. Build more walls! More walls! Shulk, I need you to go and get these rare bugs.
You'll achieve your dream. How can you be so sure? Because it's everyone's dream. Everyone here has the same goal. Reconstructing Colony 6 is practically what they live for. I guess I'm the only one worried. But it's all I think about sometimes. How long peace will last, whether we'll be safe even then. I can totally understand. What happened here was awful, and you'll never forget it. Just like I'll never forget the attack on Colony 9. But this is a chance for a new beginning. I guess if I can't let go of the past, I'll never get over what happened. I'll never get used. Exactly. And it'll help if you create as many good memories as you can. Then maybe the bad ones won't seem so bad. Now you mention it, we've had some good times on the road, and I don't intend on forgetting those anytime soon. And well, there are other good memories I don't plan to forget. Are you talking about the time you spent with Gatto? It might sound weird coming from me, but hold on to those memories. In the end, memories of Gatto are the only proof he was here. And then I was talking about how I keep saying it as Gatto instead of Gatto.
Yeah.
Even though they're clearly saying Gatto in the voice acting.
Silent T!
Silent L. Gatto? There's an L
it's
and...
not Gatto.
Yeah. Gatto just... I'll never forget him. Don't worry. Thank you for everything. I feel like rebuilding the entire world. I know the feeling, but I'm glad if I can help out even just a little bit. Anyway, let's find the others who are always technically with us.
This won't be the original colony until everyone can feel truly safe. Because everyone felt truly safe in the original colony, even though it was not truly safe in the original colony.
And if you don't feel safe, I'll throw you in the gulag. I mean, It's like, feel safe! Feel safe!
It's like, honestly, you could really take what she's saying here and make her a villain in a future Xenoblade game. It's like, I will rebuild the whole world!
Have you brought them? Well, I have never seen so many. Death leeches be so sweet and juicy, they're to die for. That'd be why we call them so. I guess you wants to know why the butterflies be back. Well, they come back as soon as I did my butterfly dance. I just wanted to eat some death lychees. They be my favorite. You can go tell Warner the butterflies be all back.
Death leeches! That was killing me! I was trying to stay quiet. You said death leeches.
I'm not actually sure how to pronounce that word.
I think it's lychees.
What the fuck is a lychee?
It's a type of berry.
What the fuck is a lychee? Do you know Shulks? I thought as much. So you're the ones who've been helping him out recently. He seems to be carving out a nice trade, living as a jack of all trades, but a master of none. I sometimes think I should have gone into his line of work. Probably just my sense of rivalry. I love a bit of competition. Me! I love a bit of competition, me.
Hello.
Hey, have you seen them? The butterflies are back. Just who was that Napon? They danced the funny dance and they came fluttering back. I'm glad everything worked out. It's 'cause of them my business is back and the place looks brighter. Thanks, you've done more for me than anyone's ever done.
The place looks much brighter. Solar flare! Oh, it's too bright.
And I'm like, okay, before I go fight the fucking dragon that just appeared, I'm gonna save, and I'm gonna load this other file. In future, man, can just Got upload time. And now we're on the other file where I didn't lower my levels, so I can just run through here and grab as much as I need. I only need 5 hell raspberries.
Grab them all. Grab them all!
And here's the first hell raspberry. I was hoping I could get all of these before encountering story shit on this file, but spoiler alert, I encounter story shit on this file that future me will speed the fuck up. But first, we're running up the hill, running with my friend Bill.
Bring out your mystical deer so you can run faster. Oh, yeah, that.
I had something like that in... I actually had something like that in freaking Spectrobe's Origins.
Oh, yeah!
Central Hall! And then I was like, oh, wait, they're up there? Why are they up there? I can't get to there from here. Why?
Emperor Beetle.
Oh! Thank you!
Do-do-do.
It sounds like Zelda music.
That thing looked like something that would be on a wall in a Zelda dungeon.
Jay, why does Nintendo get Monolith Soft to help out with Zelda games again? I can't possibly think of a reason.
They've helped out with a bunch of different Nintendo games. I don't even know them all.
And yet, I swear, people don't think that this is a first-party Nintendo game. Honestly, though, does this feel like other first-party Nintendo games?
No.
Most people, I don't think, even realize that Nintendo actually owns Monolith Soft. And they kind of just let them do their thing.
It's worked out so far.
Oh yeah, I went in and then back because I was trying to get the freaking enemies to stop. I want to jump on the... Fine, I'll do it the lame way. Hell Raspberry, 2 out of 5.
I don't know why, but for some reason I looked at that chair that had fallen down and just thought of the Giants having an argument. Drink your pot juice. I don't want to drink my pot juice! Darling, drink your pot juice. I don't want to.
Eat your pot slop.
Eat your pot slop, dear.
Modern resistor. Okay, at this point in the post-recording, you were definitely more awake than you were in the... This is where you were starting to, like, fall off.
Very good. I'm not surprised. There's much less happening right now.
Skip the cutscene. Honestly, I think the way you skip cutscenes in this game is better than how it's done in Kingdom Hearts. Because I press a button, and then I press start to pause, and then I press A to skip.
Yeah.
In Kingdom Hearts, it's like you press start to pause, you press down to go to skip scene, and then you press the confirm button.
I honestly, I was just grateful they had skip at all in the Kingdom Hearts remakes or ports or whatever you call them.
Yeah, because skip cutscene in Kingdom Hearts was not a thing in Kingdom Hearts 1. It was added to Kingdom Hearts 2, and then it was back-ported into Kingdom Hearts 1 through Final Mix.
I remember the cinematic of Maleficent becoming a dragon so much because I watched it in full so many times!
I remember not Clayton.
Clayton!
No, oh, not Clayton.
Not Clayton!
Not Clayton.
Not Clayton!
Yeah, a lot of people remember that one. I think the not Clayton boss fight was one of the hardest for the time that you get there.
Oh yeah.
Probably because you don't have cure at that point.
Yeah, you haven't unlocked the fun yet.
You haven't unlocked the fun. Fun. Yay! Fun has been unlocked. Chasing the Dixon. The Chase and Dixon line.
Yeah, Lightning Weasel.
You know, they may not have gone as hard with the graphical remaster in this as with Metroid Prime Remastered, but damn, this still looks so much better than the original.
I get weird feelings whenever I see the original.
Original.
Whenever I see it, I'm like, what? This is not possible! This should not be!
I tell you, the way Arlo was on his Metroid Prime Remastered video, and he's like, oh, look at that! Look at that! That's exactly how I felt playing this version of Xenoblade for the first time. I'm just like going through and I'm like, oh, look at that! The models look so much better!
And not even just the graphics. I look at some of the menus and I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Oh yeah, the menus were weird in Xenoblade original.
The character art and yeah, it's just like so different. It's so different. Like, I believe I've said this before. If you had told me that this was like a sequel to that game on the Wii, I'd be like, yeah, I believe it.
Well, it's actually made off of Xenoblade 2's engine.
So technically...
And Xenoblade 2 was made off of a refined Xenoblade X engine.
So technically, not really, but technically...
What's funny is that the lengths they took to keep some things accurate to the old game, like the weird hitboxes of the enemies where, like, oh, an enemy is, like, flying off the ground, but I can't go under it because the hitbox, or whatever, not the hitbox, but the collision box.
Mm-hmm.
The collision box, like, extends, like, a mile underneath of them. Or, like, I can't run under this enemy's legs. Like the Aruga's legs or some of the large Mechon. But then there's other enemies that I can run under, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
They stopped doing that in Xenoblade X. It's just like, if there's a gap in the legs, you can run under it. You know, but like, yeah, that was just weird.
Mm-hmm.
I just need one more Hell Raspberry.
Jeez, no wonder I started falling asleep around now. There's nothing happening.
White cover. Ooh, my elbow was dry and part of my arm too. It's like, it's almost like I'm getting scales.
Oh gosh.
I need some cream.
Yay! Another empty hallway we get to run through for a very long time. Jeez. I don't even blame my past self for falling asleep to this nonsense.
I don't blame you either. I do blame you for not waking up in time for something cool happening.
Well, maybe now I can provide a better reaction. I mean, I know what happens, so maybe not, but I'll try.
I was like, no, the Hell Raspberry is over there. I gotta fight this guy. Why?
It's that guy that we were shown way early. Behold a monster that you won't be fighting right away. Go and get them.
Go and get them, the lesser monster. His awakening aura makes him go up 2 levels. And he dies.
What was that choke? Cool.
Did you see that
Oh
push?
yeah, I saw them get pushed. Cool. Let's get. What was that choke? Couldn't hear you over the massive stone ramp.
And then I'm still convinced that for whatever reason that this wall should open.
Open sesame.
Street? Like, I swear I remember this wall opening, but is it a different wall or... Oh, well, whatever.
Will the mystery of the opening wall ever be solved?
No.
Probably not.
I just give up on it. Like, I spent too much time on this fucking episode. I'm gonna turn in this quest, and then I'm gonna do the thing, and I'm gonna be finished all quests by the end of this episode.
So, like, all quests?
All quests.
Excellent.
All 350 some odd quests have been shown in one capacity or another in this Let's Play.
I cannot believe we've gotten this far.
Yes? I see you have what I asked. This is that Napon girl's least favorite food. If she has been shirking her studies, this shall be her gift. All preparations are finished. I should mold that young girl into a fine representative of the Napon.
We're coming!
Need to turn this quest in. Need to have it completed. Did you find teacher? Yura is his name. Thank you kindly, friends. Don't worry about it. It was nothing. Was it hard to persuade Yura to teach Miss Sweetness? Manana want to give friends very nice reward.
Banana, mana, bofana, banana, banana. You don't even have to try with that name.
There's one of the Napon in Xenoblade 3 is named Manana.
Banana.
Manana.
Banana, mana. Banana.
She's like, her and Riku make up the 2 Napon heroes that are part of your party.
Sora just shows up. Riku, I finally found you.
Riku not know who you are.
Riku, why do you look so different? Did the Heartless do this to you?
Riku think you have Riku confused with different Riku. Oh yeah, I set these guys to level 99.
99.
You fell asleep during a battle against another dragon.
So you want me to send the other dragon to go fight that lot over the colony?
Actually, I didn't really send him. He just kind of decided to do that on his own. He was attracted to the ether. This one's higher level than the old one, but he doesn't have spike abilities. So it's kind of a give and take thing. Yes.
You know, not only does Dixon make his look make him look like a rock,
Like an old Beatles member.
Old Beatles member, an old rocker, but he also makes me think of like
Professional wrestling or something?
oh, that too.
Well, that's actually what you first mentioned last time.
I can't think of what I was gonna say now. Fuck. He does make me think of so much stuff. Oh, look at that dragon.
Air Crush X!
Nice. It sounds cooler when you say it that way than 10.
Dun dun, the Dragon Slayer.
Burning justice!
My red hot burning justice. By the way, I'm pretty sure Ricky's Burninate move is probably a Trogdor reference.
Well,
If I activate a chain attack right as you use that, then you can't kill me.
abusing that makes me think of how I abuse Strike Rate and other skills in Kingdom Hearts to be invincible.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you got it, use it. Oh man, if it had cycled back to Melia, then I could have used... I could have freaking used her talent art to discharge an elemental at like 5 times the power.
Fatal Captain Crunch cereal.
By the way, this is another monster that is using its regional model pretty much wholesale, but I think has like new textures on it.
You came so close to saying original.
Air Crush X. You know, X is, I think, the only Roman numeral that sounds better when you say it as the letter.
Yeah. Air Crush V! Yes.
Air Crush VII. Or IIV. Air Crush I. Yeah, no,
Not even C works.
M?
Meh?
Meh?
Meh. No, it can only be X!
Demon King Dragonia.
My turn.
Draquenia. Wait, what?
None can oppose us.
Just like old times, against the odds, we choose to...
Strength and unity.
And...
Well, Santa, I got some bad news. Yes!
I do like the fact that I finished him off with the Soaring Tempest. That's one of the flashier moves in the game.
Yeah. Turns out we're down 2 dragons. Yes.
And I don't think they're going to be fighting the super bosses.
They're coming straight here.
Well, fuck. And then I got the material I need to turn in the final side quest.
Well, at least you still got the Monado and whatever the fuck that other sword is called you stole. Yes.
You mean Mainith's Monado?
Oh. Yeah. Dual wielding Monado.
Hello.
I see you've gathered the necessary materials. I'll get to work immediately. Oh yeah, this is where I was like having to kick you to... like, Mark, I'm turning in the final side quest! I've finished. The Monado Dogma offers a high critical hit rate.
Monado Dogma Dark Arisen is here.
The Monado Dogma that you needed apart from a drag. The thin blade, whatever. I hope this weapon gives you the strength and power to succeed. Its thin blade output gives higher critical hit rate, but its defense leaves much to be desired or something. Yes, I had to fight a dragon to get the Monado Dogma.
Huh.
And then I was saying, it's my favorite Monado replica of
Ooh.
all the ones that you can get in this game. And then you were saying how much it looks like an actual sword.
Yeah, it does. I mean, look at that. It's got the freaking fancy... Oh my gosh, I love it.
Except it's like a way oversized.
Yeah, it's very big.
So big it clips into Shulk's. This is one of the reasons I always thought if, like, they had put the Monado in freaking, like, Monster Hunter or whatever, it should be like a great sword.
You know, it's funny when I look at that specific Monado, or like that type of Monado, and look at the way it is, it honestly looks like you could make this with very good detailed papercraft. Because it looks kind of thin to me.
I was lowering everyone's level for, like, the final confrontation because Dixon is at level 80, and it's like, level 80 is a good place to put everyone at. And then I was like, oh, wait a minute. Next time I'm going to be doing the time battles, or the challenge battles that were added into this version.
Oh, yeah.
Because, well, new ones get added, new battle scenarios get added as you move through the game. And by this point, every battle scenario should have been added by now. Mm-hmm. Rather than just doing them incrementally throughout the game, I just thought, I just do them all in one big chunk.
Oh, yeah. I did that with one of my games.
I don't know what you're talking about. It sounds like a hell of a ride. And then I was like, oh yeah, I can't save in there. And then I was like, oh wait, if I'm going to do that, I'll just set everyone's level to 99, and then in the episode after this, I'll set them back down to level 80.
And that's the episode.
Toodles, everybody. Welcome back to Xenoblade Chronicles, the third edition!
Alrighty.
Time to rumble!
The enemy's weak!
Like, all of the really rare-ass shit can be traded for. Alright, this is the post-addendum portion of this video where I'll tell you how to get the advanced books of each of these arts.
Yeah, they haven't set your level for this one.
That's because I'm doing free battle right now. There's free battle and there's limited battle. Gunman's the only one here with any anti-mecha on free.
Time to rumble!
Filter, you'll have to try.
You almost missed everyone in their jungle outfits.
Alright, boys, line up!
No mercy!
This should be easy.
Lost in a Dream. This one gets unlocked by finishing Future Connected.
Oh.
Once you finish Future Connected, it's just unlocked on all your main story files.
Huh.
Now we're putting together.
Yes.
You say so, Shog.
Resist? Fuck off!